Well, I made it. Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy New Year to each of you. Just waiting to see if I'm on. I hope you guys had some wonderful holidays. I took a couple weeks off of my lives. Several of you had told me that you were going to be really busy. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take time out and spend it with my family also. So I hope you guys had the most enjoyable Christmas and New Year's or Hanukkah, Boxing Day for those of you in Canada. So I'm sorry I had some problems here. I'm just waiting to see if I am online. I'm going to try to refresh my page here. Okay, I made it. So I am Judy Anderson from judystamps.com, and I'd like to welcome those of you watching live, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube, or watching on replay. Hello, and welcome to my Happy Stamping Studio. I hope to inspire you to be creative in your everyday paper crafting. Today, I am going to be bringing you a project that uses two of the Sale-A-Bration products that you're going to be able to purchase or earn beginning January 4th. Here in the US, you get to choose one product for every $50 you purchase before tax and shipping. And this is everybody's favorite time of the year because so many products coordinate with those in the annual catalog as well as the mini catalog. And it is overabundant this year, you guys. You are going to love these products. Unfortunately, I can't show you the catalog pages yet because they are not allowed to be shown until January 4th. So you can look at them online once the catalog goes live for those customers that have not received your mini catalog and your Sale-A-Bration catalog yet. And I want to remind you guys that I am again with my Crafting Across Borders teams, and we are demonstrators from all across the globe. We're from Canada, the US, Australia, and New Zealand. We are going to be doing our virtual open house. Sorry, got a lot on my mind today. Virtual open house this Friday. If you want information on that, just go to judystamps.com and shoot me an email, or you can shoot me an email. I will post it in the comments, my email, so that you can email me directly to get the registration form. And this is only for those of you that are not demonstrators. We want to, we enjoy bringing these, I do at least, well, all of us do, enjoy bringing projects to demonstrators and people that aren't demonstrators across the globe. However, we have decided as a group that these would be for our customers and those that wish to join us that are not demonstrators. So sorry, you demonstrators have to miss out on that. Hello, Janet. Happy New Year to you too. And Patty, Happy New Year to you. And Kathy, Happy New Year to you. I can't see who else is on here, but let's get started, okay? I know you guys are excited to see this new product. Hang on. Don't want to cause you all to be a little bit dizzy, but so I am going to be using the Heartfelt Hellos stamp set. And this stamp set actually hits up quite a few holidays that are coming up. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, and Valentine's Day. And then there's two everyday verses in here and sentiments. I just love this. There's a total of 6. And I enjoy the different fonts. I love it when we have stamp sets that have mixed fonts and different fonts throughout it. That is one. And then the other product is this designer series paper. And this is the Flight and Airy 12 by 12 designer series paper. I didn't do up a sampler yet on this, but it has several colors in it and beautiful patterns. I am going to be using the Splatters embossing folder along with this, but let's take a look at this paper. I am loving it. In fact, it does coordinate with the stamp set that is in the mini catalog, and I did not get it yet. I am going to get it, but I just have not gotten it yet. I had to pick and choose what I got, just like all of you do. So I got the paper, and you can make cards without the stamp set if you guys want. And that's what I wanted to show you today because this paper is just so beautiful. So you have birds on one side, and the back side of this one is a beautiful kind of like a swirling leaf and stem design. It is just beautiful. And that's in Lost Lagoon. And then here we have another bird and leaves with on branches. My bird lovers are just going to love these. And the back side of this is got a pattern that is in pecan pie. And this beautiful one with the birds perched in the branches again, but this one's got some bubble bath and fresh freesia flowers in that. And then the back side is this great floral. Again, it's a smaller floral. And if you're like me, I do love smaller patterns to do paper piecing. And then here is another soft watercolor look bird with the flowers. And the back side, you guys, oh, this marbled misty moonlight. Isn't this gorgeous? I just love it when they do patterns like this because you can use this with your nautical sets. If you have the spaceship set with the kids, just all kinds of, it's just think of it as not just marbling, water, sky, just different things. Okay, this one we're going to be using today. I've already cut a piece off of it, and this is a smaller bird pattern. Here's the strip that I cut off, and then this pretty fresh freesia marble pattern. I am loving this. I have a shadow on here. I'm going to have to move my light. There we go. Don't like shadows. Oh, I still have a little bit of a shadow. You know what? That's because I have my room lights on. There we go. I had my ceiling lights on. I love this bird pattern because they're larger birds and you can fussy cut around each one of these and voila. You know, no stamping, no watercoloring, no coloring for those of you that don't like to color. We've done the work for you. And then our last piece is another floral. Kind of, it's a small but kind of a medium small pattern, and I just love these. They remind me of some patterns that I've had that my grandmother would have used in her sewing that I have always loved. And so it kind of brings me back to those times with grandma. And my other grandmother would have had pictures with birds and florals like that. So I think that's why I am drawn to this particular pack of paper. Besides, it's just gorgeous, don't you think? We're going to be using this one also. And with this one, I am going to be cutting out a bird cluster. I just don't know which bird cluster yet. I want to pick one that's near the side or near the bottom. Let's do this one. Well, I'm going to cut around this one too because I want to show you how to use those ends. I've done this before years ago now. It's been with some of our other patterned papers. I believe it was a Christmas pattern. So I'm going to, while we're talking here, just cut this out real quick. Just fussy cut it. I don't mind fussy cutting. I would have done this off camera, but several of you had said, Judy, you're always doing their fussy cutting. Well, not always, but you do your fussy cutting off camera. I want to see how you do it and how long it takes you because you keep saying it doesn't take you that long. Well, it might take me a couple minutes. I don't think that that's very long. And my secret is turning my paper as I squeeze my scissors. I seem to get a smoother cut. You can decide how much you want to cut out. I'm going to go in to the stem here, right like that. So, how many of you went out for New Year's Eve? Let me know. I think as we get older, we don't go out as often. Um, we didn't go out anywhere. And it's very interesting. Of course, my adult children, a couple of them have children of their own. So they celebrate New Year's with their children, but it's usually about 8 o'clock, except the older ones now can tell time. And so my one son told me, he says, well, I have to go around and change all the clocks in the house. We will be having dinner or something, and we'll be talking, and one of us will go around the house and change all the clocks of the house up so that we can celebrate earlier. So they turn their clocks up 4 hours. And then the kids think they're up later. Although, a couple of them can stay up later now. They're the oldest is 10. So she doesn't stay up that late, but she does stay up late. As you can see, that didn't take me very long to do. You can do it as intricate or not as intricate. Now on this one, I am going to cut around, not as closely, and I'm going to leave that edge on there. And I don't need to cut it as closely because I'm going to use this on a piece that isn't colored or textured. So it will blend in. In fact, I could have left it in a shape on the bottom and left these little speckles on there. I was just thinking that. Of course, I should have decided that before I started cutting. Okay, and out to that beak. And turn it. Cut the beak here. I'm going to go down here. I just want that just a little bit closer there at a point. So you've got that piece too. So that was pretty easy there. Okay, and then we have our cardstock. So I have this small piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp the hello in Lost Lagoon. I like to do all my stamping first, if I can. Get that out of the way. Or I do it last. I start putting my card together. We're going to fussy cut this out too. I didn't want, you could use a die or a punch that would fit around this, but I thought, you know what? I am fussy cutting the bird, so what's a little bit more fussy cutting? And I'm not going to go quite in as far as I could. Just kind of do a little bubble around this. I remember being in 6th grade. I don't know if I've told you this story before, but being in 6th grade, and my friends and I would print out or in cursive do different fonts. And then, we did bubble letters, all kinds of things. And we were really into that. And I remember this one boy who lived a couple doors down from me. He was really good at it. In fact, I don't know if he ever became an artist or not, but he was awesome. So there's our sentiment. And then our cardstock. I'm using Bubble Bath for the base. I found my bone folder. I was emptying some containers that I had put together, my pouch I had put together for when we go to Michigan, and lo and behold, it was in there. So then we have some soft seafoam here. We're going to go ahead and adhere that to the front. I should have done my embossing before I started this, but we'll continue on. We'll do our embossing in a minute. Okay, put that down. Then I've got a piece of soft sea foam and a piece of basic white. And I'm going to go ahead and do this piece first. I'm going to put adhesive on the back, and I'm going to see if it'll come out the other side. So when I have pieces like this that I want to make sure that I get adhesive to the edges, I'll use this flat side because you can spread your glue. Here, my glue's all at this end because I store it that way. So anyways, you can spread your glue to the end. I've got quite a bit on here, more than what I need. This way it doesn't squirt out when you put it on your cardstock, when you adhere it. Okay, put that back on its holder. Now we're going to put this right down here. I should have my silicone mat underneath, but there, that's going to decorate the inside. And see how it looks just like the bird is just peeking out from behind. Now you want to make sure that, oh my gosh, look at that. It's all coming out that other side. I'll have to suck it in. You guys know how to suck in your glue? If it does that, I'll show you. Here's an opportunity, a learning opportunity. So you just take it on your finger and you suck it all like that. You want to close this up, and that's why you want to close it. Then you take this end, squeeze it so that no glue comes out, and then you're just going to suck this in. And see how it sucks the glue in? It does take a little bit. So this is going to take a little bit more time today than I wanted to. So I hope you don't mind. I don't intend to take too much time up of your day, because I know you guys are busy. And I do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join me. Let me get as much as I can. Okay, I'm going to use the rest before I clean it off to adhere the rest of my pieces. So I'm going to adhere this soft sea foam. See, I can clean most of it off right there. I'll clean it off with a baby wipe in just a second. Let me get this one on. And you could cut this so it's at an angle on your paper, but I decided that not much of the birds were going to be showing, so it didn't matter that they were crooked. Let me get my baby wipe here. You know, this is a silicone glue, so it doesn't dry and get crispy like most glues do. So Chris said, oh, she found me. Happy New Year and a new catalog. Yes, yes. Hey, Christy, how are you? And Christine, oh, she was a homebody for New Year's Eve. Well, join the rest of us, right? Oh, and Christy did too. She didn't go out. You know, isn't it amazing how we get smarter when we get older? Like I was saying, my children don't go out anymore, and they used to party a lot. Okay, I do want to pay attention a little bit. I don't want those upside down. I don't mind them being at an angle. Let me get my silicone mat. I can wash off my glass mat if I want. In fact, I'm going to be doing a video. I'm going to come on live and give you guys some ideas with this glass mat. So you're going to notice that these corners go over the edge of the card. And I didn't mind that because I didn't want to make the square any smaller. So I decided that just cutting this off either with a pair of scissors by just following that edge of the card worked, or you could take your paper trimmer. So when I did the top and the bottom and the sides, I kind of made sure that they were even as much as possible. Nobody's going to really notice if it's not real even. So we have that so far. Now I want to take my basic white, and I'm using the splatters from the Stripes and Splatters, embossing folder, and this is a 3D embossing folder. And because this piece is 3 by 3, it fits perfectly on there. I could have used my mini machine, but I opted to use the big one because I don't show very often the 3D embossing folder. So with this, we're going to use the platform 1, and it tells you right down here, using with 3D embossing folders. Then you place your embossing folder with the folded edge down, and then the number 4, okay, the number 4 plate. Okay, and that's all you need. You don't need any of the acrylic plates, and it runs through just like butter. If you have any resistance, you want to back it up and find out why your sandwich is incorrect. Okay, so then we have this nice detailed, very plain, and you will notice that that fits in the parameters. So we're just going to glue that down. I told you guys this was an easy card. The only stamping is the sentiment, and I just love cards that I can put together, not do a lot of stamping, not do a lot of coloring, so I can create them quite easily to give them away. Okay, we are going to put our birds and our hello right on here. So I'm going to get the dimensionals, and I am going to use some mini and some big ones. I do want to use the minis. The back of the bird. I was trying to figure out why I had a flat spot here. I was like, didn't I cut it all out? So I am just putting these up near the tips of those leaves to make sure that this stands up. Then I can fill in with the large dimensionals in the larger spots. Oh, having trouble getting these off today. So I'm going to go ahead and take all those chads off. Oh, fingers are sticky. Must have a little bit of that glue on there still. Okay. And you know, you could cut some of the large dimensionals down and fit them in those spots, but I chose to use the minis because they're handier. I'm going to put these so that the birds line up to the center. I don't care how the rest of it lines up. I wanted my birds there. Now we're going to take the hello, and once again, I think I can get away with using all the large ones on this hello. And I did use Lost Lagoon. I wanted a little bit deeper color to stamp these words in. Ooh, does this just fit there? I'm going to use a mini on the other side. Because I wanted a little bit deeper color, but I didn't want to go as deep as the Misty Moonlight. Let me get a little mini one for the top of that H. You know, it might not bend down at first, but it does eventually kind of bend down, and put her hello there. Okay. So all we need to do is do the inside of our card. So that is the front of the card. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? And we didn't have to color. All the colors go really well, and the hues, you don't have to worry about watercoloring. I love watercoloring, but I know several of you don't. So this is the answer for you. Get that watercolor look without having to do the work. Okay, and then we're going to put the inside, and I'm going to wait for the sentiment because the front just says hello. So I can use this card for just about I'm thinking of you. Get better for a get well card. Okay, I was going to do a ribbon. I couldn't find a ribbon I liked that I owned. We have several ribbons that would go. So I chose the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and I'm just going to use 3 small ones on here. I'm just going to put them here, that one up there, and that one there. Okay, it's just going to add that little bit of sparkle. You could use, if you wanted, you could use a little bit of Wink of Stella, maybe on the flowers if you want to add that little bit more sparkle. But I'm happy with the way this card came out. Okay, so I hope you guys like this. You guys been asking me for some easy projects, and I think that I bring you easy projects. In fact, some of you even have said, oh, these are too easy. So I'm going to mix them up a little bit. I'm going to be using this paper again, but I'm going to use it with for an avid stamper. So it's going to have a lot more layers to it, a lot more die cutting, etc., etc. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Until we meet again, happy stamping.